On today's menu, it's called papa and chorizo. Tostadas, chorizo and papa are to die for. You're probably gonna have to have your funeral right afterwards because it's that good. So whatever you do before we start cooking, call the funeral home, get ready because you're gonna be dying afterwards. Dead, muerte, dead. But let me start off by telling you the ingredients that we have today. So we have chorizo, whatever chorizo of your liking, pork, no pork, meat. I'm using Andy Garcia's. I have about a pound of potatoes. Gonna put this on our own as a drizzle. We have oil, we have eggs. So depending on how many you're making these tostadas, it's supposed to be an egg for each tostada because you want to present it really nice, right? Because we're not just gonna eat well, it's gonna look well. Baby, baby! So now that the potatoes are done, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these, put these to the side because we're not gonna cook these first. So the point of this is honestly, is to get the exact same shape or just about the exact same shape. The reason for that is because when you're cooking it, you want it to have the same time, cooking time. Now that we have the potatoes sliced up, ready to go mijito, they just need to be put to the side so they could look cute. Been waiting, okay? So let's just put it aside and let's not think about them until just a few more minutes later. The onion, because honestly, we're just using it. I'm only using 3 tortillas, so I'm gonna only use half of this. You can use the full onion depending how many you're making. Earlier I said to use the full onion. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna need it all. This is the part I hate, but it's over with. So I'm gonna put the rest, all the pieces in a little container just so I can grab them later and just drizzle. Okay, so now that we have the cilantro, let's cut these cilantros up as well. Remember, this is just for drizzle as well. And get rid of this part right here. Let me just put it to the side. We're gonna go ahead and toast up the tostadas. That's the part that's, we wanna start being careful with this part right here. I'm about to add about 2 tablespoons. We don't really need a lot, 1.5 tablespoons, but 2 tablespoons at the most. A little goes a long way when you're toasting it. The reason for that is because we're doing one at a time. I like to let the oil touch it, flip it, let the oil grab it again, and then let that toast. Now what we want with this tostada is to have a nice crunch. We don't want it to be too soft because we want to be able to grab it. Off camera, I'm gonna eat it like this. On camera, I'm gonna eat it like this. Be patient with it. It's comida. Let us enjoy it, so let's take our time with it. Really, honestly, the tortilla part can take it just a bit, but you can make this the day before the tortilla. This with the plates, a nice little, that's hot, so be careful. That hurt. So now I've toasted and plated it. These are gonna be ready to go later on. Oh, don't worry, I'll show you afterwards. Chorizo, I'm using a full amount of chorizo. Let's press down on that. So now I've cooked this for about 6 to 7 minutes. And the reason I'm only gonna do 6 to 7 minutes is because I'm gonna toss this in at the very end to put this with the potatoes. So I'm gonna put this aside. So let's put this in a container. Okay, so for this, now that it's cleaned off, it's warmed up again, I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of oil for the reason that we're about to add the potatoes. Wanna make sure that it evenly coats all the way around the oil, so you wanna make sure you mix this, whether you're using a spatula or just, pushing it forward and back. And if you don't know, potatoes absorb salt and they'll keep absorbing it. I mean, let's not overpower it, but let's just add enough. So I'm just gonna do about 1.5 pinch for this. So really about 1 tablespoon. Now that we have them nicely toasted on here, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chorizo. And we're just gonna mix it and coat it well. So just for a couple of minutes.
Nice and evenly. I took it off the heat a little bit because the heat got really hot really fast and I don't want it to burn up. So I'm gonna take it off then and just control it myself.
It smells really good, so that tells me it's ready. The only last part of this is to put the egg over easy. So we're just gonna quickly make some eggs after this. So let's go ahead and plate it. What I did here is I put 3 tostadas and I put it one on top of each other. So I don't mind digging in that way. You wanna have them separately put up, that's fine by me. So let's just put these, ready to go. That I plated them, let's go ahead and do the egg, but it looks like it's almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and add about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons on here. Really not too much because we're only doing 3 eggs, 2 at a time. So I'm gonna do 2. So let's just break it, lay it on top, nice and easy, because we want it to be over easy. Go a little over the eggs, but primarily it's all underneath that's doing the work. But I just want to make sure that it's kind of nicely cooked all the way through, even on the top. So what I'm doing at this point is I'm going ahead and plating each of these with the egg on top. Just gonna make the last one real quick and then we should be done. Okay, so let's plate. Perfect. Almost the finished product. I say almost because I'm adding just a smidgen of salt around the egg. I'm adding pepper at the very top. That's what I added earlier. Want to make sure it's nice, about 1 full tablespoon in there. But you want to control it, so pinch it on top of your hand and then we'll go from there. And then also, we want to make sure we have our onions. So this is where we can put our onions drizzled on top. The salsita. I like to have this on my spoon so I know how much is going on top. So even though I'm putting a good amount. Now we're just adding the cilantro and we're done. Yay. I love cilantro, it makes everything better, right? And then last but not least, it's the lime to drizzle all on top. I put it primarily because it gives a little bit of oomph. This is the plate. I know what you're thinking, let's eat, right? So let's eat it. 1 second, because I'm gonna dig in. But honestly, I love how the yolk gets all over. Ah! You know, this is the time where I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had a roommate so I could be like, come show so you can taste it. But the egg is perfect. The yolk is just right that it drizzles down onto the chorizo and papa. It really is beyond words. It's so good. That's why I make this stuff for you guys, because as I make it at home and as I eat it, I want you guys to try it as well. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and commenting on my YouTube videos. Thank you so much. And it's Jose, not one, on Instagram, and Jose Zamorano on Facebook and YouTube. Again, Jose Zamorano. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.